Welcome back to the Cricket Corner podcast with me, Vatsal Vora, as we look and talk about the game which has just been wrapped up right now in the Indian Premier League, and it was between the Chennai Super Kings and the Lucknow Super Giants. In the end, CSK and Chepauk, a lovely love story, and the love story has continued with Chennai Super Kings securing a 12-run victory over the Lucknow Super Giants. It was yet again another high-scoring game, and which has been the norm as far as the IPL is concerned so far this season. Yet another game where the team batting first has gone near 200. This time, for a change, the team batting first has gone above 200, and so has the team chasing. But in the end, Lucknow Super Giants falling 12 runs short to Chennai Super Kings 217 from their innings. And once again, it was all down to Ruturaj Gaikwad, who had an excellent 57 of 31 deliveries to kick things off. And at one moment, both Gaikwad and Devon Convoy were going at like 11 runs and over, and it felt like a score of 230 could be manageable. But in the end, the Chennai Super Kings did post a total which they warranted after the start they have had. And posting 217 on the board. But this was another game where there were contributions from up and down the batting order as far as Chennai Super Kings are concerned. As I mentioned, Ruturaj Gaikwad and Devon Convoy earlier in this podcast. Ruturaj Gaikwad putting 57 on the board. Devon Convoy chipping in with 47. Shivam Dube came in at number 3. Took a little while to get going, but once he was settled in, he scored 3 big sixes and 1 boundary to score 27 of just 16 deliveries. Moeen Ali chipped in with 19. Ambati Raidu made a valuable 27-run contribution towards the tail end of the Chennai Super King innings, but the highlight of the CSK innings were neither of these innings. It was not Ruturaj Gaikwad scoring 57. It was not even Devon Convoy scoring those 47 runs. It was Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the son of Chennai himself, coming out to bat for just 3 deliveries, scored 12 runs. That means he scored 2 sixes of the first two deliveries, and then he got dismissed. He scored 12 runs of 3 deliveries to propel the score to 217 from their quota of 20 overs. And it felt like a really good score to defend, despite the pitch being on the batting kind of side, because it was aiding batsmen really well. There was a shorter boundary at one side of the ground. The pitch was great. The outfield was super quick as well. So, but still, 217 felt like a decent enough score. But when you have someone like KL Rahul and Kyle Myers in the opposition batting lineup, you're always worried about how things will pan out. And I think the worry was justified, because Kyle Myers once again was absolutely brilliant. 53 of 22 deliveries, 8 fours and 2 sixes with a strike rate of 240. These are the kind of stats you expect the likes of Quinton de Kock to give you. And now once Quinton de Kock will be back, I'm not sure what KL Rahul and Lucknow Super Giants will do with their batting lineup, because you can't drop Kyle Myers after the 70-odd he scored against the Delhi Capitals in Lucknow on Saturday, and now he scored a valuable 53, a quick-fire 53. But apart from Kyle Myers' innings, I don't see any major contributions from the Lucknow Super Giant batting. Yes, Nicholas Pooran did score 32 towards the end, but I think it was too little too late. It was not too little too late. I think his wicket fell at a very wrong time. I think once Pooran was dismissed, I think he was dismissed in the 16th over and the score was 156. I think that's when the first nail in the coffin fell for the Lucknow Super Giants, and they lacked batting in the end, because after KL Rahul and Kyle Myers, you have Deepak Hooda. He's one of those capable batsmen who's able to hit the long ball. But then Krunal Pandya has been out of form for the last couple of IPLs now, especially with the bat, and it continues to show. Marcus Stoinis tried to move the proceedings, but he was dismissed for 21. But after Nicholas Puran, there was not much batting left, because then you have Ayush Badoni, Krishnappa Gautam, and Mark Wood. Yes, batsmen capable of talking the ball long, but you cannot expect a big innings from them, and that's where the Lucknow Super Giants batting faltered. But credit when credit's due to the Chennai bowling as well, because the likes of Deepak Chahar, Ben Stokes, and Tushar Deshpande were really expensive towards the early stages of the LSG innings, when Kyle Myers was taking them to the swords. Deepak Chahar ended up with the figures of none for 55 of his quota of 4 overs. Ben Stokes bowling just 1 over and conceding 18, and Tushar Deshpande, yes, he recovered really well towards the latter stages of the LSG innings, but earlier in the innings he was quite expensive. But MS Dhoni is a master of using spinners, and it was the spinners who brought the CSK back into winning conditions. And it was mainly down to England spinner Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali picking 4 wickets and conceding just 26 runs from his quota of 4 overs. Moeen Ali's kept things really tight, because he conceded 26 runs at an economy rate of 6.5, but it did not concede a single boundary. All he conceded was a 6, and that was the only ball which was dispatched to the fence. Otherwise, it was an excellent piece of bowling as far as Moeen Ali is concerned. Mitchell Santner also contributing well, 1 for 21 for him, really slowing down and putting on the brakes as far as the LSG batting is concerned. And then Tushar Deshpande picking up 2 late wickets, that of Nicholas Puran and Ayush Badoni. So congratulations to the Chennai Super Kings as they registered their first victory in this season's Indian Premier League. They suffered a narrow defeat at the hands of the Gujarat Titans, the defending champions, in their opening game on Friday. But I think they'll be pretty happy with this victory. And the victory also means that their net run rate is now in positives. 0.036 is their current net run rate, and they're still sitting 6th in the standings. But they are now the first side with LSG to play 2 games in this season's IPL. What did we learn from this game? I think what we learned is how the importance of someone like Ruturaj Gaikwad at the top of the innings, who has the license to go out and thrash the ball from the very first go, because he has taken advantage of the power play in both of the 2 games they have played this season. And he's currently the holder of the orange cap as well, if I am not wrong. And that has really been quite important as far as Chennai Super Kings are concerned, because Ruturaj Gaikwad and Devon Convoy's starts have allowed the likes of Dubey, Moeen Ali, Ambati Rayudu and Dhoni to come out there and bat freely, because they don't have the pressure of pushing the run rate up, because the run rate is already at a very high level. You just have to maintain that, and these batsmen, the likes of Dhoni, Moeen Ali, Shivam Dubey, are really capable of doing that. Mahendra Singh Dhoni has now played 2 cameos where he scored at a strike rate of above 200. The strike rate was 400 today. It was 200 back in Ahmedabad. So he's really molding himself into what Dinesh Karthik did for the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the previous innings. You don't need 15-20 deliveries to get the best out of you. Come out there when you are 5 or 6 down. You have, let's say, an over or 2 to play, and you just make the most out of it. And that's what Dhoni is trying to develop himself into. And so far, I know the sample size is a little small. It's just 2 games in the end, but I think he's really sure that he's really capable of being that lower order hitter with the likes of Andre Russell and Dinesh Karthik have been doing for a number of seasons now. So that's a big plus as far as the Chennai Super Kings are concerned. Quickly mentioning the Lucknow Super Giant bowling as well. I think all of the bowlers were taken to the sword, apart from their young spinner Ravi Bishnoi, who was once again absolutely magnificent with the ball. He picked up 3 wickets and conceded just 28 runs when bowlers all around him were like going for runs left, right and centre. Even Mark Wood picked up 3 wickets, now taking his wicket tally to 8 wickets. He's currently the purple cap holder after picking up 5 wickets in the first match. But even he went for 49 runs in his quota of 4 overs. Yes, Mark Wood has pace, but that pace could be utilised on pitches like this when the ball is really coming nicely on the bat and you are taken to the swords by the likes of Ruturaj Gaikwad and Ambati Rayudu. But credit when credit is due, you still picked up 3 wickets, Mark Wood, and congratulations for that. But Ravi Bishnoi was a star of the show as far as the Lucknow Super Giants bowling is concerned. But overall, I think at the time of recording this video and podcast, I don't think the Man of the Match award has been handed. But if I was the one awarding that particular award, giving that particular award, I would certainly give it to Moeen Ali. Despite the heroics with the bat shown by Ruturaj Gaikwad and Devon Convoy, I feel like Moeen Ali picking a 4 for 26 at a very crucial time was worth in gold, because if he had not come in the power play, I think Kyle Myers and KL Rahul could have added a few more runs before, the likes of Santner and Moeen Ali himself would have come into the attack to bowl. But so I guess Moeen Ali is my man of the match and should be the official man of the match as well. So that's the review of Chennai's 12-run victory over Lucknow Super Giants. I hope you enjoyed this video and podcast. If you're listening this on Spotify and Apple Podcast, then make sure you're giving me those wonderful 5-star ratings. If you're listening this on YouTube, then I'll appreciate you liking and subscribing to my channel. I'm targeting 50 subscribers by the end of the IPL, and so far we are looking good, but I will really appreciate all the help that I can get to achieve to my first milestone on the platform. This is me, Vatsal Vora, signing off after calling yet another Chennai victory at Chepauk. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao for now.